All right, let's talk some Trevon Diggs. This is interesting. I think quite frankly, I don't know if I've ever seen more of a disparity between the way some people view a player and the way other people view a player. Like, he's currently the second favorite for Defensive Player of the Year odds. It's Myles Garrett 1 and Diggs 2. On the other hand, he's currently rated as Pro Football Focus's 104th rated corner out of just 119. So, one, highly respected company that I like PFF a lot. I know a lot of people hate them, but I think that those people are wrong. I think PFF is 99% of the time right, and people pay attention to the 1% wrong. They have him graded as like a fringe NFL player, whereas other people are saying he should be the best defensive player in football. It doesn't get much more wide open than that. So what do we take away here? I tweeted this stat out, and a lot of the replies, which, by the way, you can follow me at Jackson Kruger, a lot of the replies to this was, people kind of saying, okay, yeah, he does give up a lot of yards, but if you're giving up yards and you get interceptions, that's still a good player. That's still a valuable asset. Think about it like baseball. If a guy strikes out a lot but hits a lot of home runs, that's still a good player. And that is true. But the question I think that you have to ask is, well, how many of these turnovers are he creating, and how many of them just happen to be, lucky? How many of them are luck dependent? And when the luck goes away, he's just a corner giving up a lot of yards. I think that's where the intrigue comes in, because of course he's been somewhat lucky, right? I mean, the amount of interceptions he's gotten at this point in the season is absurd. It's not like he's been the best ball hawk corner to ever play the game already in his second year. Like, no, of course there's some luck that's at play. We all recognize that, but how much? So what I'm going to do in this video is we're just talking interceptions here, nothing else. I'm going to break down all of his interceptions this season and talk about, really, I'm going to, ask two questions for each of them. One is, would a replacement level corner, so someone who isn't very good, would they be able to still get this interception? Because if they do, then that's not really adding value with Diggs, right? That's just another guy who could do it. The other question is going to be, was this luck dependent? Those sound similar but aren't entirely. Like, there could be an example where Diggs got lucky but also made a great play. So he got lucky but also made a good play, so the replacement level corner wouldn't have made it. That's the two questions I'm going to ask during each of these interceptions. So yeah, let's just get into it. All right, so first interception here. This is going to be in week 1 against Tampa Bay, and watch what's going to happen. So it's a quarters coverage play. That's the zone that he's supposed to cover, and there's definitely going to be an element of luck right off the bat with this one. Look, I mean, right when this play starts, so you see that, Diggs is covering up Evans nicely, it appears, but that's because Evans isn't really even running a route right here. All that's happening is that it's going to be a screen pass to halfback Leonard Fournette. And to me, I would argue that this is a good play from Diggs, because Diggs reads this, right? He notices what's going on. He keeps his eyes towards the quarterback. To me, I do consider this a good play. Brady makes his throw. It hits off of Fournette's hands and goes right to Diggs. To me, that's kind of one of those examples where, is it a replacement level play? I don't think so. I wouldn't put it in that category, but it's certainly lucky. So this one goes to the lucky category, but not a replacement level play. Next week, we now have the Chargers, where what's going to happen is that this is going to be a man coverage play, and he, one-on-one matchup over the middle of the field. This is a difficult route for a corner to cover. As you see, Herbert's going to take the snap, and at this point, there's a window where, I would say that Diggs has gotten kind of beat here. It's not horrible, but I would say he's gotten a little bit beat. However, Herbert's throw is a bit behind, and Diggs makes an incredible athletic diving interception on that one. So that's another one where, okay, there is an element of luck because the quarterback missed the throw a little bit, but again, that happens with most interceptions. That's why interceptions are a quarterback stat, not a wide receiver stat, because there usually is an error with the throw. This is the plus side if you are a Diggs fan, is that, okay, sure, he'll get beat a little bit here and there, but if you miss the throw a little bit, while some guys would just knock it away, he'll take it away, and that adds a ton of value. I think this one is, there's no real argument here. This is just clearly a really good play. What's going to happen on this one is that there's, just a quick route to the outside in the flat, and Diggs, he's just going to read this. I don't know exactly what he saw. I'm assuming he saw something on tape, because look how basically immediately, Diggs is running in. I mean, Diggs is running in before the cut happens. So he saw something, he read it really well. And as you see, the receiver is going to fall down, but still, I think he might have gotten that interception anyways. I'm not going to count that as luck. A little bit of luck, I'm not going to, count. You could argue even the last one shouldn't have counted as luck. This is just, a good read, him jumping the route right there. I have really no criticism whatsoever. So if you're a Diggs fan, this is the play you want to show of the way it can work. Maybe you could argue, well, this can result in him getting beaten double teams with his, quickness to jump routes. But again, you'll take that because the whole argument is, does the good outweigh the bad with Diggs? And if he's getting pick sixes, it'll usually outweigh the bad. This one's another good one. So what's going to happen is that it's going to be a man coverage play, cover one blitz, and you're going to see it's just a quick route, nothing too fancy, but watch what happens. Look, so Darnold takes the snap, and Diggs does not have his head turned towards the quarterback because it is man coverage, but he is going to, read and try to find a way to knock this play away. Diggs jumps over, and he's going to tip it up and then get the interception. To me, that's another one of those that's just a good play by Diggs. That's not really lucky at all. Maybe you could argue the way he tipped it, but again, we're really getting into the weeds there of what is or isn't lucky. Certainly a replacement level player doesn't make that play. So clearly, early on, these interceptions are looking really good for Diggs. Although then we would get to some like this, which was just kind of weird. And again, I don't know what's going on in the locker room. I don't know what's going on in the coaching staff. But this looks to be cover 3, so his job is to cover, deep to the offense's left. But you can crash in as long as you're further deep and further towards the sideline than the nearest eligible receiver. For example, if all 3 of the Carolina Panthers eligible receivers on that side of the field all run towards, and all stand on that Dallas Cowboys logo, well, then you can kind of stand sort of on the top right-hand corner of that logo from what we see on the screen. Something like that. However, right here with Diggs, I'm not exactly sure what he's doing on this play because you see there's a wide open receiver that would be a touchdown if Darnold was able to notice this. Now, he doesn't have time to notice this, but that's what's happening. And I think what maybe happened is Diggs saw the crossing route over the middle and is trying to take it away, but it's a very dangerous thing to do that. Look, Darnold is going to make this throw. It does get intercepted. There's really 2 things you could argue with that. Is that one, hey, Diggs just knew what Darnold was doing, and that's why he made the decision. He was sitting on it, makes a good play. To me, I am going to put that in as a lucky play, in my opinion. I do think that there's an element of luck of the quarterback not making the correct read and not seeing the wide open guy for a touchdown. I would also say it's not a replacement level play because a replacement level player doesn't make that decision, I don't think. So you have both going on there. We then go over to this one against the Giants, where this one is just going to be, this is not great coverage. It isn't. What's going to happen is you have a receiver who's just running a deep route. There's a single safety deep, so Diggs has to try and cover him. And as you see, emphasis is going to be on try, as, it's a deeper route and he's just getting burned right here. So if Daniel Jones makes this throw, which in fairness, he's going to have to throw it a long way, so easier said than done. But still, if Daniel Jones does make this throw, maybe put it on a line more, don't put as much air under it. He could get a touchdown, basically. However, Jones just puts too much air under it and underthrows it a little bit. Again, still threw it 55 yards, so it's hard to blame him too much. Diggs then had time to come back and make the play. So this is a great example of a Diggs play, in my opinion. Diggs definitely got lucky on this play. The throw was underthrown. Diggs also made a really good play. So both of these 2 things can be true at once. Now let's go over to the Patriots game, where if you remember in this game, what would happen is that, Diggs gets the pick 6 and then immediately after got, beat, although it was kind of really the safety's fault for a touchdown. But regardless, what happened on this play, and we didn't notice at the time, but what happened after the fact is the receiver didn't run the right route. I forget exactly what it was, but he didn't take as many steps before cutting as he was supposed to. I think he was supposed to take 3 steps. He only takes 1 step, so that's why there's a little bit of a miscommunication here. But still, this is definitely a tough route to beat. And right when this play begins, he's getting beat. This is open right here. So again, it does happen. Sometimes you get beat, especially on a route like this. And there is going to be an element of luck here. Look, the throw was, a bit too far, again, partially due to a miscommunication, although it might have just been a missed throw. Diggs makes the catch and gets the pick 6. To me, I would probably consider this a replacement level play. I would. It's definitely lucky, and I don't think that he did too much else that I would consider to really have elevated that play too much. But again, That's just one of them so far. Finally, this one's just the most absurd interception I've ever seen, quite frankly. This is the definition of getting bailed out. So they're going to pick on Diggs a little bit here. They have a receiver in motion who's going to eventually run a go route, outside the numbers. Diggs probably should take care of that, but I just don't think that he reads it. So instead, he's going to be covering Kyle Pitts' route, which is going to be kind of over the middle, still getting into his zone. This play concept is actually designed to get the ball to Pitts, and usually a linebacker would have to try and cover Pitts. But you kind of have the lottery situation of Diggs is going to make the wrong read, in my opinion. Like, watch, right when you see this play start, couple of things to note. A, wide open receiver that could get a touchdown unless the safety can come over and get him if Ryan sees that. Luckily for Diggs, Ryan does not see that. The other aspect of this is that Kyle Pitts is wide open. Diggs didn't even cover the guy that he probably shouldn't even be covering. So despite the fact that Ryan's making the wrong read, so is, Diggs, and Diggs is still probably going to get beat on it. However, Ryan throws it behind, and it goes right to Diggs, who makes that catch. That is, I think, clearly the way you refer to that play is that's to me, that is a replacement level play. He got lucky, he got beat, but he got the interception because of Matt Ryan making a bad play. So what do we make of all of this? For one thing, there definitely has been just an absurd amount of luck in Diggs' game. Like, there's no denying that. I mean, the guy has, 8 interceptions so far this season. I considered 6 of them to have some element of luck. Only 2 were just a horrible throw by the quarterback. So, but again, that does happen with interceptions. I considered 2 of them to be replacement level. So that's also notable, is that if you had a replacement level cornerback in there, you probably miss out on 6 of those picks. So that's also an element to this. And the other thing I should bring in is, I don't know exactly what the ratio of how many interceptions are lucky to begin with. Maybe a lot are, but that still kind of, brings up the point of he got beat on 5 of these 8 interceptions, in my opinion. There was an opening for a good throw, would have had a completion. So, only 2 of these plays, in my opinion, had nothing to do with luck. And that's kind of the concern, is that he's not going to continuously create double-digit turnovers a season. He might not continuously create 5 turnovers a season. So if you like Diggs, you have to be aware of the fact that there has been an insane amount of luck to his game. Now, I'll also throw this out there, is that the ball skills are there, and the ball skills aren't going anywhere. When he has an opportunity, he's going to make a play, and the reality is, I should probably take back that he might not create 5 turnovers a year, because the reality is, you're going to get some lucky breaks. That's going to happen. You're going to get some missed throws in your direction. So if you can turn those into turnovers, well, that still is adding value, even if there is an element of luck, because you're going to have some lucky throws come against you, every game, really, or at least every season. You're just probably not going to get 6 of them throughout the course of 10 games. That seems a bit high. The last video I made about Diggs, I compared him to Marcus Peters, because I can kind of see a very similar trajectory with that, where Marcus Peters early on in his career got a lot of turnovers, also got beat a decent amount. But with Diggs, what you hope is that he kind of learns the footwork, learns the technique a little better, and doesn't get burned as much, but continues to have the great ball skills and can turn into a really good cornerback. He isn't there today, though. So the number 2, ranked guy in terms of odds to win Defensive Player of the Year, that's just silly. But again, it's because people see, oh wow, 8 interceptions, he must be awesome. And that's all it comes down to, really. Which I do kind of understand to some degree, but obviously I disagree with it. But that's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. What is your thought on all of this? Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.